I don't know, mate, but if your gynecologist gave you a cream, I'm sure that rash will clear right up. Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of We Called It. I'm Lewis Reeves.
And I'm Jo Ball.
So for anyone watching the podcast on YouTube, like, subscribe, please. We're in a different environment.
Yeah, new venue.
In your flat.
Yeah, house.
You
do say flat multiple times.
I do say flat.
I've noticed you say it quite a few, and I've let it go.
Yeah.
It's a house.
I just think people in London live in flats.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is in my brain.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I do like it, and the girls are lovely. I get it.
I know. Yeah, do you?
So why is this? So what is going on here? If for anyone that's not watching on YouTube, like, subscribe to our channel, please. I am surrounded by bits of artwork, crystals. What's that? A manifestation table.
I mean, this whole area really is.
It's interesting.
Manifestation. Yeah.
It's like the inside of your brain.
It is. It actually is. Multiple tabs open constantly.
Constantly with a bong with some flowers in.
That's actually a vase. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like when people say, "Oh, the weed is for like my glaucoma." Oh, why is this? Oh, because I've got a dodgy wrist. No, it's because you want to get stoned, mate.
Yeah, it's a good area, isn't it? Fills us with joy.
What I'm really interested about, actually.
Go on.
Leonardo DiCaprio behind me.
Yeah, he's nice, isn't he? Hanging out. He hangs out with us a lot.
I don't care how hard you manifest. Leo's not coming knocking at your door, mate.
You don't know.
You're about 2 decades too old.
You don't... Oh, wow! No.
Just for Leo.
Yeah. Well, no, he's actually... Oh, he goes younger.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I know.
And actually, saying on that, he gets a hard... He gets hard.
I know he does.
I don't understand the problem.
No, he can date who he wants. Well,
what
within reason.
Legal. Let's just clear that right
Yeah,
up.
because that's, fresh.
Yeah, let's not...
Let's not go down that
Let's
route.
not go down that.
Let's not open
I
that.
do not condone.
Oh, this is getting good.
Good luck, Matt.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. We're drinking mimosas.
I fell in love with him in Romeo and Juliet, if I'm honest. Baz Luhrmann's.
Yeah. I think I've heard of it.
Only a little one. Little blockbuster.
Yeah.
Actually, I did see him in Basketball Diaries, though. He was very young in that,
that,
but I did fancy him then too.
Yeah, I had his haircut.
Did you?
Yeah, but really heavy on this side.
Yeah, it's
And
still...
I would. Yeah, it is still actually.
Yeah.
But no, it was really
over.
Bit flock of seagulls, actually.
Yeah.
And I can remember being in like primary school, and like twisting it around and like trying to make it look like it just fallen like that.
Yeah.
And then I'd sort of like look at the girl that I fancy and be like,
Yeah. Oh, you were that one.
yeah. But I'd probably
Yeah.
just look like
Yeah.
a sweaty mess.
I had the Rachel cut.
Everyone had the
We
Rachel.
all had the Rachel cut. I did not have it well. And I don't think a lot of girls did, really.
Which is a shame because you've got lovely hair.
Thanks, mate.
So have you, Lewis. Oh, shut
So
up.
have you,
I
Lewis.
wasn't even fishing for that
So have
compliment.
you, Lewis.
Shut
I actually
up.
never give you a compliment back when you give me one.
Yeah, it's been noted. Come on then, talk to me about this. What is this manifest? Like, so you've got all these things. What is... Because I've done a little bit of a bit of reading on manifesting this week. And what is manifesting? What is this table? What is it about? Can you share that with me?
Yeah, so it's all things on that. We put all things on that we want to, like, yes, go get, strive for, see, fill with good vibes. There's a lot of hard work on that table.
Yeah.
That we're bringing to fruit.
Here we go again. You have a stroke. But is that a thing then? So you put, like, you manifest something, that token, or you write something down, and then you put it on this little table.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of scripts over there. Julie's got a couple of bits. Laura's got that bit.
Yeah.
Jo needs to add hers. And then over here...
And what is like a seance? I'm being really naive
No,
here.
you just put it there and you give it good thoughts, and then we get the sage out.
Right.
I do this most days, if I'm honest. It's not just to clear negative juju. It is also to just, like, clear the space, bring a new energy to it. It's not all negative.
Like if you've done like a bad fart.
Yeah.
Get that out.
That's what I should have given you earlier.
I know.
He's
Thanks
got
for that.
a rotten tummy. And then here's all our crystals.
Yeah, I knew you were going to pick that one up straight away.
Got the shapes, look. It's a jade penis.
Why would you have a jade penis?
I mean, I actually think that this was given to me on a necklace, if you can believe it or not, because it's got the two...
A cockless.
It's a cockless.
Yeah. Okay,
I had
nice.
some men like that. No, I haven't. That was rude. That was rude, and I take it back.
Shall I tell you what I thought was really interesting about manifesting that I've sort of like read up on this week? Because I always thought, just leaning in.
Yeah.
what I came to the realization of is it's manifesting isn't like just like putting things out there in the sense of wishing for something.
No.
Like wishing for tremendous wealth or, getting that film or that job that you want. It's about doing the work on yourself so you're ready for when that moment comes around.
Yes.
Which I realised then, it's just about doing the hard work.
Yes.
That's how you manifest.
Yes.
Which is why so many people, for example, if you were to win the lottery, you lose all that money because you're not ready for it.
No. You have to be ready to receive.
Whereas like Laura, she'd be super ready for it.
She's ready for it.
So you've got to have yourself prepared.
You do.
Not like anything. And I was like, when I thought about that, I was like, that was a real sort of breakthrough for me. Because for me, it was just all a bit like, if I manifest it, put it out into the universe. You've got to attract it by becoming that behaviour.
And also what leans into that, because that is it, but what leans into that as well brings us full circles. I think we've covered it before, but it's gratitude. Mm-hmm. Finding the things within yourself, not that bring you joy. I'm not on about like, going for a walk brings me joy and all that. It's deeper than that. It's on a profound level. Do the work on yourself. Mm-hmm. Set your manifestations, set your intentions, be grateful every day for everything.
I liked it, and I like making that breakthrough because it made me feel like it's more ascertainable, and it made me feel, because I'm just a bloke, I like to do things like logically.
Yeah, of course.
So it made it feel, it didn't feel like, manifesting is airy-fairy. It felt more like, this is a real thing that I can implement in my lifestyle to get what I want.
Yeah. On any level.
Which I'd never really made those connections before, so I thought that was really interesting. You've got a surprise for me.
I have got a surprise for you. I've done the celebrity endorsement this week, Lewis.
Okay, I'm excited.
I've got some ridiculous surprises lined up for you.
Okay.
They all came at the end of this week. I was very open. I did a sound bath, didn't I, on Monday?
Oh yeah, you did, yeah.
Changed my life.
Is it a
life,
date with one of the Spice Girls?
And actually, you have just planted another seed, if I'm honest.
Have I? Brilliant, love it.
Watch this space.
Celebrity endorsement then.
Yeah, you ready?
Hey Joe, Booley, it's Claire Cooper here. I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you. I've just had more important things to do with my life, to be honest with you. I had a baby, got a toddler, running businesses, auditions, filming, podcast too, so, But yeah, your podcast, it looks ace. Yeah, really well done, congratulations. Yeah, don't really want to be a part of that though. So yeah, just wishing you good luck and hope it goes well.
Oh, well, that's quite positive.
That was quite a positive one.
I think I know who that is.
You wouldn't know her.
What do I know her from?
So she was Jackie McQueen in Hollyoaks for years, but that was decades ago.
I loved a bit of Hollyoaks. Did she do Hollyoaks After Dark? Do you remember that? It was a bit racy.
Yeah, that was a bit racy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that where you saw like half a nipple?
Yeah. Ooh. And then you'd go off and think about it.
Yeah, or if you rewind and then keep playing.
Yeah, or pause it.
What's going on with the VHS recorder back there? I think it's jammed.
Yeah.
Don't come in. Have I ever told you my mate's excuse for masturbating? We were like best mates, and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
Again.
he's going to end up on this podcast. We should stick him on the manifestation table.
He's going on it.
So to not get interrupted, there was a mixtape from Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, but it was basically a porno.
This is for the G's and this is for
basically it was like people would be like rapping whilst getting
doing it
filleted.
Oh.
So I think it was a way of basically like getting a porno. You get your parents to buy you a porno and they didn't know they were buying a porno.
Yeah.
He'd say, "Oh, don't come in, I'm making Christmas cards." And we were all talking about this like many, many years later, and his mum, we were all like sort of around a dinner table having a few drinks. And she went, "Yeah, Jamie, that would have been far more believable if it wasn't June."
What an excuse.
Don't come in and make Christmas cards. I used to run a bath. So my mum must have thought I was the cleanest kid
You just run a
on
bath.
the estate.
So you do it in the bathroom?
Yeah, so my mum would be like, "He's had 8 baths today." And I can remember coming out one time, my stepdad, I had the wank mag.
Yeah.
And I'd fold it in half.
Classic.
And then I'd stick it down the front of my of my of shorts
trousers.
and then pop the shirt over.
Yeah, no one would
then just
know.
bowl out. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, what is that? Oh, Daddy, you saw that paintwork out there, mate. It's all a bit. And then one day, my stepdad happened to come out at the same time, and I sort of jolted, which meant the magazine moved ever so slightly. And he went, "What's that?" And I realised now he knew exactly what it was. And I just went, then ran to my room and was just like, "Oh my God, kill me now.
I never did it.
What?
Don't do it now.
I think Terry's dog got something to say about that.
It's
Tracy's
Terry.
dog. I can never remember her name.
I like that it's Terry, though, in your world. It's better. So, Claire, that was Claire.
Claire, thank you so much. That was brilliant. So you had a sound bath this week.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, sound bath was amazing. And
that's the end of that story.
No,
Thanks
and that's
so much.
the end of the story. I was pretty tired, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the top of a rooftop, Shoreditch. What is it called? Nobu.
Nobu.
That's how bougie I am. On the top of the roof, the sky, it was so beautiful. The sun was out. It was all laid out. Beautiful crystal gongs.
And for people that don't know, what is a sound bath?
So the leader of the sound bath creates musical tones using crystal bowls or brass gongs and things like that. And it's done in such a way that it was like a massage for your inner body.
Yeah, it's like therapeutic with sound waves, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's unreal. But I was really tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat in the middle of my two friends. Mm-hmm. And I looked at one of them, I yawned, and she went, "Just to let you know, I did fall asleep last time." And literally within 5 minutes, I was disturbing the whole. And every now and again, because I'd wake myself up and I'd be like, shit.
So there was guaranteed someone there. How much was the ticket, by the way?
It was £44, but worth every penny.
Right, for a good kip.
You got vouchers for a good kip.
But what I love about that is that someone was probably like trying to get all zen.
Yeah,
and then you're just going.
I know who that someone was as well. It was a lady.
Passive aggressive.
I came out of the toilet at the beginning of the whole thing, and you know, in those environments, you go, "Hi, how are you?" Yeah, even if you don't know people, because it's nice. Right?
Everyone's there for the right reason. Yeah.
So I come out of the toilet, and I went, "Sorry, I was a bit long. I was changing." I wasn't. I was having a poo. I wasn't. I was changing. So I was changing, and I came out. Sorry, I was a bit long. It's all right. It's all right. It goes with the rest of my life. And I was like, "Oh, okay." Ooh. I said, "You okay?" No, I'm not really. I've been written off at work, and this woman who is supposed to be in charge of getting me counselling sessions at work hasn't booked it. So I'm here now, doing a sound bath, forcing some zen on myself. Let's hope it bloody works. And I was just like...
You know what you need to do in those situations? You should just turn around and go, "Well, it's probably because you're a moaning..."
Han, you need to turn that frown upside down.
Well, if you want such a mardy cow and had saggy tits, you'd probably get somewhere. See you later.
Bye, Han.
Yeah. What did you say to her?
I just said, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that." I said, "Yeah." She said, "I don't even know how to turn a computer on at the moment. I'm not answering my phone properly. I don't know what's happened to me." And I just went, and she went, "Oh, I know." And I was like, "It's all right, Han, it'll be okay."
Right.
So I bet it was her I was disturbing with the snoring.
I think everything was disturbing her.
Yeah, everything was.
You know, we were talking about Alan Watts, who's a philosopher, amazing philosopher that I'm really enjoying reading and listening to at the moment. He talks about meditation but embracing all sounds. Oh. So that's how you get into active meditation. You have to incorporate everything. Yeah. So it's not about like switching silence off. And nothing. No. If there's a bloody pneumatic drill, yeah, it's probably going to be harder.
Yeah.
But it's like welcoming all the sounds. And then through that logic and that physical act, you can then they drown out. And then you become, whereas if you're fighting to not hear them, or if they're agitating your being or your persona, you're only ever going to be fighting that, and you're never going to get to a place where you want to be. You've got to just let them all happen and not make excuses for them.
I love this, right? Because we did it on the roof. She was leading it, and she said at the top, like, we're outside. Obviously, we're going to have outside noises. You're going to hear the cars, the siren, the plane. She said, just embrace them, which is what you just said. Take it all in. And I remember in the bit where I wasn't asleep, I heard a plane. But do you know what happened?
What? So
I was in like the I could tell I was in between.
Yeah.
But I was really relaxed. So I was totally like gone. And I heard the plane coming over, and I saw like this massive, you know when your eyes do that thing and you can either see dots or you can see black or something happens. I heard the plane and then my vision went really white, just like bright white. And I was like, oh. And as I heard the plane, I had a vision of me on top of the plane, but like grabbing it. I think that's because I keep saying to you, are you wing walking? So it's in my mind.
Like, what's the lady from Game of Thrones? Targaryen. I was
Targaryen.
But on a Boeing 747.
And I was on it like that. And I was just loving it. I was on the plane, just zooming all around in like the freedom. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then when I woke up, that is when I looked at Laura and I said, oh my God, I hope I don't die soon because I'm having a really nice time in life right now. She went, oh, hon, it's okay. And then I thought, if I do, at least I'm going to die really happy though.
Yeah, ironically.
I'm not putting that out into the universe, please.
Ironically, you were in such a deep sleep, probably everyone in that room was like, is she fucking dead?
Yeah, she's dead. Yeah.
I don't think she's either dead or she's definitely on her way out.
But to round this off, I do want to say, you know, last episode I said we were talking about superstitions.
Yes.
And I said to you, this topic has made me want to change my ways.
Okay.
I want to like not be superstitious for a minute and just see how it goes.
How did it go?
I came out and I saw 3 drains with Laura. I was very relaxed. I was literally so like, oh my God, drifting.
Oh, so straight out of the sound bath.
Straight out of the sound bath. And we decided to walk to London Bridge because we were like, it's a gorgeous night.
Embrace it.
Let's take it in. So we were floating and I saw the 3 drains and I looked at Laura and I went, hold on a sec, do you know what? Give me a minute. And I walked over them and I thought, brave. And then when I got to the end of the 3 drains, riddled with anxiety,
right.
I was like, no, I cannot do this. I stopped and I looked at her and I went, no. I said, I don't care. I don't care if they're negative superstitions. That was hard work, walking over those 3 drains.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still going to avoid them. It wasn't worth the anxiety that I felt afterwards.
Well, it's instilled in you. So you
it's instilled in me. It's learned behaviours.
Yeah, so you have to remap it if you really want to get rid of it.
Don't know if I want to that bad. I've got other things I need to remap that are bigger.
There's all the rest of the past trauma that I need to...
past trauma, I need to rewire that. I don't care about the 3 drains that much. It's not that massive on my life, but I am not going to walk over them again.
Do you want to hear the section for the week then?
Yeah.
So, it's an oracle one.
Oh.
Oracle. So, this is, I want to say an entity, actually, they're so big, who has had their finger on the pulse for quite some time. And actually, since we've been telling people that we're doing the podcast, they have literally, I would probably say every other person has gone, oh, you're doing the Simpsons? And I'm like, yeah, I guess we could do. And apparently, I didn't know about this. Apparently, the Simpsons have had like these incredible future prediction sort of powers happening for decades.
I can't lie to you, because that would be wrong, during conversations over the years, that the Simpsons have predicted a lot of things in their episodes and a lot of shit has come very, very true.
It's incredible.
I think there's something in that myself, but that's a whole nother episode, if I'm honest.
Oh, well, what, like manifesting it, do you mean?
No, I want to know how, like, some of theirs have been so big and so spot on and so far in advance. I'm just like,
how?
What is that all about? Like, what?
Hopefully, I'm going to help enlighten you on that.
Yeah, because there's something bigger than us, remember?
Yeah, also, but there's like the nature of infinity. So let's start at the beginning. So the nature of infinity, if you had an infinite amount of chimps and an infinite amount of typewriters, eventually you'd get the complete works of Shakespeare.
Okay.
So if you're doing something for long enough and you're doing a sitcom and it's about the culture around at the time, you're generally going to get things right from time to time. But I agree, some of the visuals that the Simpsons have got is eerily spooky.
The scale as well.
The
grandness
Definitely.
Of what they've predicted is unbelievable.
And there's so many, I've not been able to get them all into the podcast today, but if I miss any, please flag them up because I'd love to read more and we can share them on the podcast at a later date.
Yes.
Quick quiz then. What year did The Simpsons first air?
See, I want to say like late 80s, but I was
Go to your gut now. Go.
89.
It's 1989.
Shut up. Let me see. Oh, are you joking?
1989 is the first airing of The Simpsons.
It's still happening.
You've got something going on, man.
I know, I told you weeks ago it was on the turn.
And hopefully that cream will help clear that up. So there's been 34 seasons, 750 episodes by creator Matt Groening. It's the longest running primetime animated series and longest running sitcom in the United States. So
that alone is unbelievable.
It's impressive, isn't it?
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Now, they've been interviewed about this countless times, and their thing is they bring in experts, and I didn't know this was a thing, futurists. So a futurist is someone that would look at current events, whether that be the stock market, socially, things that are happening, and then they make predictions in order to make money or whatever. They're a futurist. They study patterns of behaviour, and they're like, well, this might happen, right? So that's perfect for the podcast. We have to get someone on like that. I didn't even realise that was a thing.
No, I didn't, and we're so getting that on.
So they get experts like that. They get scientists on, and then from that they make assumptions and make a guess, I guess, or they're predicting stuff because they are time travellers. Number one.
They predict stuff because there's some serious tea going on up top.
There's some serious tea.
Up top.
Or one of my theories is, which I'll come to, is they're drip feeding us information.
That's what I'm on about. I'm such a conspiracy theorist.
I know.
I hate that phrase actually as well.
Conspiracy theorist.
I'm going to take that out. I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
No.
I just believe there's a lot of big shit going on there, bigger than us.
I think it's good to question things.
I think it's very good. Go on, carry on.
It's just wearing tin hats is a bit too far, I think, Joe. Okay, so number one, and it seems obvious now, but is Donald Trump becomes president. So in season 11, episode 17, one of the most famous episodes of The Simpsons predicting the future is Bart to the Future. I love a good pun.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, of course.
Funny enough, do you know, so I'll always eat at a place that has a good pun. So like the Codfather, things like that. And there's a kebab van in Bristol. I wonder if you've been there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
All the best.
It's got an amazing pun.
Go on.
It's called Jason Donovan.
I don't know it, but that's amazing.
It's so good, isn't it?
And I would want to eat there just because of that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think I saw, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, Matt, you're going to have to bleep this person's name out and I'll cover my mouth. I'm pretty sure. And they were on Class A narcotics. Eating at Jason Donovan one time.
It's so good. I need a picture of this. If anyone can get us a picture of Jason Donovan.
Oh, it's so good.
And I tell you what, Matt Davis, my mate Matt Davis, will be able to complete that mission. Matt Davis, I want a picture of Jason Donovan.
Well, if you can get a picture of Jason Donovan with coked up.
Even better.
Eating chips at it. Is amazing, which actually is quite impressive to be able to eat when you're on cocaine.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So he was there. You saw him, did you?
I was just having a kebab and I was like, fucking hell, it's...
At Jason.
Unbelievable. Okay, so in this episode, back to The Simpsons.
Yeah, my bad.
Bart is shown a glimpse of what his family is up to some 30 years in the future. While Bart has become a total bum, Lisa has just been elected president. Her predecessor, Donald Trump. That's right.
Donald Trump.
Which is mental. It's hard to fathom now. Because at that time, so this is around 2001 or something.
That was way before it, wasn't it?
So that's the equivalent. So he's on The Apprentice and things like that. So that's the equivalent of Alan Sugar becoming Prime Minister.
Well, and like one of our cartoons, like Percy Pig, guessing it.
Yeah, it's absolutely mental. Do you follow Alan Sugar on Twitter?
No, I don't. I came off of Twitter, actually. I mean, my profile's still open, but I came off it.
You do right, but he's basically just old man grumpy.
Oh, really? See, that's why I came off it. I can't be dealing with some of the negative juju that gets spat out on that thing.
Have you seen there was a TV show called The Responder with Martin Freeman?
Yes, I saw it.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really good. Gritty, edgy.
Gritty.
Martin Freeman's pretty sexy in it, I
thought. I think he's
Um,
pretty sexy anyway. He had me at Tim in the office. I was done.
Talent is sexy. And
Yeah.
plus, he's an attractive male.
Yeah.
Alan Sugar tweeted this. Why did the BBC make Martin Freeman speak with a Liverpool accent in The Responder? It's set in Liverpool. Hard to follow what he and the other cast are saying. No disrespect to the people of Liverpool. They are nice, down-to-earth people. My wife gave up watching. She said she couldn't understand a word. That's what he's tweeted. He got so much flack for that.
If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Don't say anything at all. So that's the equivalent of
him becoming president.
He becoming the prime minister. What made this prediction of Trump becoming president even more interesting, I think, is the visuals, but also the fact that Lisa opens up her inaugural speech with, "We inherited quite a budget crisis from President Trump, which at the end of his tenancy in 2021 proved all too real since his administration oversaw the third highest deficit increase of any president." Although I will say that in our lifetime, I've never known any president, prime minister come to the end of their tenure and everyone went, well, that was brilliant, we're all quids up. What a fucking great job he did. I've never known an end of a tenure and we're all like,
yeah, that was great.
I wish he'd stayed.
But
maybe that's more our psychosis. But what's really interesting, and hopefully Matt will chuck up the visuals now, is if you look at the visuals,
See, this is where I go, no.
They know something.
There is higher power at work, and I stand by it.
So the Simpsons have depicted Donald Trump with Homer Simpson coming down an escalator with loads of people with signs coming around, and it's pretty spot on.
She even looks like Homer Simpson.
If Homer Simpson looked like that... I'm gay, mate. But it gets even more spooky.
Go on.
No, I really can't wait for this.
No.
In her inaugural speech, look at what Lisa Simpson wears, and look at what Vice President to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, is wearing on her inaugural day. They're both wearing a very bright, bold, power suit female suit jacket with pearls. Necklace and pearl earrings. Isn't that so strikingly similar? Want another one? You're not over that, are you?
No, I'm not over it.
It's the visuals. They top it off. And if you're struggling to paint the visuals at the moment, if you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple or Google or wherever you get your podcast, you can flip over to the YouTube channel, hit the like and subscribe button and have a look there. Number 2, this is a football one, so it might be a bit boring for you.
No, I don't mind.
Okay, well, this is called a FIFA scandal, and it's involving the World Cup. So season 25, in the 2014 episode, you don't have to you don't have to live like a referee. Oh, I'm pissed now. Homer is selected to be a ref for the World Cup after FIFA reveals that all the refs have been bribed and aren't reliable. The FIFA exec in the episode says, "I myself am about to be arrested for corruption," before then being hauled off in handcuffs. Just 1 year later, FIFA would be rocked by a very real bribery scandal, and almost 40 people were charged for bribery, racketeering and conspiracy. The investigation provided evidence that many World Cup host nations were winning their bids through bribes, including 2022's host nation, Qatar, who spent millions of dollars to secure its win. They're either making amazing calls there, or they're future predictors, or they, like many of us, hear rumours, hear rumblings, and they're drip feeding us bits of information in order to get it out there. Maybe they're like Robin Hood type figures.
I think it's the latter.
Makes sense, right?
Because there was this theory that they were part of the Illuminati. But I actually...
Sorry, who?
The Illuminati. Illuminati.
There ain't no party like an Illuminati. So I've heard that they were in the Illuminati. So Bronte and the Illuminati were talking to Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Who were part of the Illuminati.
And that's not a triangle.
You know it. Have you seen Zeitgeist?
Yeah, it's pretty... Yeah, I think it's Illuminati. But can we say it like Illuminati forever?
I think it's the latter.
Yeah.
I do have a very strong opinion on this, actually. Yeah. I think it's the latter. I think they know some stuff, and I think they're trying to drip feed it to us because no one else is.
I would agree.
I think so.
I'm going to come back to Lady Gaga because she's in the prediction, but I'm going to pick up from what you were saying because this is the one that gets me really excited. And it's much more along the, are they predicting the future or are they drip feeding us information?
Drip feeding.
Because don't you find, like, I feel like in the news, sometimes if an article or a piece of information comes out and it's like, look at this bad thing, we've exposed this really bad thing, it gets that moment of attention and then it's gone. Whereas I think people can then say it's fake news, and then there's debate, and it sort of just gets pushed under the carpet. Where I think if you're slowly drip feeding information, it goes into people's psyche. It becomes part of conversation and thinking.
But also, you know what? On a side note of that, the reason I have a theory on tabloids, and the reason we get told certain things that we do. I mean, it's a whole fucking another episode, really. But I just think it comes in and goes out. It's just covering up a load of other stuff that's really going on. So then you've got someone like the Simpsons who are just drip feeding
because they know that's a better way to get the information.
Yeah, because tabloids are just full of turp.
Which is a great idea. We should do an episode called the Tin Hat episode, and we get all our best conspiracy theories out.
Yes! I have loads of them.
Yeah.
Let me get my scroll out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't like calling them conspiracy theories. I think they're alternative realities for what's going on.
Sometimes you're too bloody deep, mate.
I'm so deep.
You're so on the bloody money. So, 1995. It's called PTA Disbands Episode. Principal Skinner, do you remember him? Were you a fan of The Simpsons?
Yeah, I watched The Simpsons.
Yeah,
I did have phases of it. So I've never been like a full-on avid fan.
Yeah.
But I have had phases of watching it.
Yeah, me too. And then Family Guy came along.
Family Guy,
that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm Family Guy all the way.
Who's your best Family Guy impression? Do it. If you had to pick someone, you had to do it. You got a gun to your head.
Peter! Peter! Oh, Peter!
There's that Lois?
Peter, yeah.
I'll be your Peter to your Lois.
Okay, great.
Lois.
Peter!
Oh, God, this must be so annoying to listen to.
Everyone's tried it.
Yeah, okay, so Principal Skinner is accused of making cutbacks on everything at the school, with the canteen lady saying, there's very little meat in these gym mats, as she's forcing a gym mat through a meat grinder, which is a very specific and obscure thing to put in. So that's in 1995. Cut to 2014, and a petition created by blogger activists. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong.
I'll prefer it if you get it wrong.
I know you will. Vani Hari. Sounds pretty good.
That sounds pretty good.
Or it's like Vani Hari, which is what I wanted to say.
I prefer that one.
Vani Hari. AKA Food Babe. That's what she's called. Urged Subway to remove... Oh, here we go again. I'm so bad at reading. Azo dicarbamide from its bread.
That sounds about right.
Okay, so she pick up a penguin. She petitioned to get this chemical removed from bread. It's a substance that is also found to make yoga mats. Just days and after quite a bit of public backlash, later Subway agreed to phase out the ingredient, which they did, but in 2016. So there they are in 1995, putting gym mats into a meat grinder, and there's Subway using isodicarbamide, which is a chemical used to make the yoga mats spongy.
I thought you were going to say spongy.
And that's what they used in the bread.
I eat Subway a lot.
Why? I have never understood this. If you could go to like a proper sandwich shop and get a baguette, it's so much fresh. And then go into Subway where you know there's like so much sugar and shit in it.
I do need to revoke that because I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I have only eaten Subway in emergency situations or when I worked in a shopping mall.
Yeah.
And that was the healthiest option.
Okay.
Or...
Sorry, what's an emergency situation where you need a 12-inch... foot long.
Foot long. You know,
and I'm talking about eating.
Obviously.
Actually, let me rephrase that. Digesting. When do you need to digest a 12-inch foot long?
Like, if you're out on a trading estate and you're like, I need some food.
It's very specific. All I'm hearing there is, I'm hungry, so I had a Subway.
Subway.
Yeah, okay. It's not really...
Like...
We're going to work out what emergency means.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we need to do some work there.
Yeah. I would go boutique in any other... situation though, if I'm honest. I would support independent places.
Which is fresher.
Obviously. I don't want to eat a yoga mat with my tuna and cucumber.
Definitely. Is that your go-to?
Tuna and cucumber. You don't like fish though.
I don't like fish.
I love tuna and cucumber. But I would eat anything probably.
Actually, do you know what? Stop being so bloody judgy. You enjoy your bloody tuna and cucumber, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I like it.
Just don't get it from Subway.
No, all right.
And Subway, if you're coming at us... Jog on, mate. I'll pick up back on Lady Gaga. In 2013, in the Springfield Super Bowl concert, in which Lady Gaga opens the gig on high wires with pyrotechnics, which are sort of coming from her boobs. She comes in like this. This is the visual on high wires, flying in, and then cut to the 2017 Super Bowl where Lady Gaga comes down on high wires, for the Super Bowl. And they are two very, very similar looking images, aren't they?
I've got a thing.
But just a quick one.
Go on.
Is that shocking? Because one of the most biggest singers in the world is gonna open the Super Bowl.
No, I'm
That's
sorry.
what you get.
It
But
is shocking, Lewis. Look at it.
It would only be shocking if it was like Chaz and Dave.
Rabbit.
Yeah, like, fucking hell, did you see who opened the Super Bowl? You're like, I don't know, Beyonce? You're like, no, Chaz and Dave. Mental. It was Chaz and Dave, Snoop Dogg and Lady Gaga. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Chaz and Dave and Lady Gaga at the door. They're incredibly similar, right?
That is unbelievable, and I cannot wrap my head around it. I'm shooketh.
What, the image?
Yes, it's the images for me. And I do have to say, though, I've just thought of something. What if the Simpsons have been putting this out there, right?
Uh-huh.
But real life has been going, that's what we need to do.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's what we need to do.
My brain went there. Lady Gaga.
I like Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is going, I've seen The Simpsons.
Seen it on The Simpsons.
Let's fuck with them. I think Next to Infinity, some celebrity is a massive fan of The Simpsons and they've gone, let's do the thing that was on The Simpsons. Siegfried and Roy probably didn't do that when in 1993, there's like an episode on them and the tiger attacks them. And then something like a year later, their tiger attacked them on stage. They probably weren't like, oh, Siegfried. They're like, yeah, babe? Should we get the tiger to attack us tonight? I love it.
Like they did on The Simpsons.
Yeah, and it happened live in Las Vegas.
No.
Yeah, that's another one. And there's loads, and we're running out of time, so I can't go through them all, so please do look them up. And that's The Simpsons.
That was unreal.
There's loads.
You know they did the Twin Towers as well, right?
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Google it now.
No, we can't Google it.
Why?
Because we've got to Google something else. Oh. You sent it to me yesterday. What is it? What's been in the news very prominently that The Simpsons have
Well, it was
called?
something that I said I didn't trust weeks ago on episode 1. Submarines.
The Simpsons fans say the show predicted the submarine disaster, which is incredibly tragic and obviously horrible, but very funny. No, not very funny. But very funny in the sense of odd that we in episode 1, which is coming out next week. These are all pre-recorded. Let you in. Which is coming out next week. That submarines came up, and you were talking about how sinister they are.
They are sinister. I do not trust them.
Yeah.
And the week we launched, what happens? One goes down.
That's their job, isn't it, to go down?
It's their job to go down. We didn't come back up again was the problem.
Today I'm filled with joy, searching for treasure with my long-lost son.
They stumble upon the remains of a massive ship filled with treasure, like the Titanic, but their excitement is cut short when the submersible gets stuck in a part of the barrier reef.
I would just say that's something very similar. I wouldn't say there's anything future predicty about that.
There isn't, but it kind of... Where did they even get that from, though? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it's that much of an out there concept to go discover treasure and to get in a submarine. That's not... I know it feels very present right now.
Yeah, I don't know, but why are they bringing it up right now then if it's just a random cartoon doing an episode about a submarine? Why are they bringing it up?
Because there's been a submarine disaster.
Oh, I know.
Why are they bringing it up right now? Well, because it's relevant now.
My thing is, I'm going to say this. I have to say it.
Go on.
I get what you're doing. I get that we want to investigate the ocean. I get that you're in a position where you can take these people down and investigate the Titanic and everything. Mm. There's a part of me that just wants to say, and I'm sorry to the families, and it's a horrible loss of life and all of those, and I do deeply respect that. The other part of me goes, you've got a lot of money and you've paid to go down to unsettle a lot of lost souls that lost their lives down there. Leave them at peace.
What do you mean unsettle? They're not walking in on them having a banquet.
No, but they're going down there sniffing about.
I'm trying to sleep in here, mate. 2 miles under the sea.
Don't disturb the peace.
What do you mean, why am I pooing with the door open? Why are you down here and chuffing submarine, lad? What do you mean disturbed?
Don't get involved.
That's your airy fairiness, that.
No, don't get involved now. And also, you've just paid how much to go down there? They've been telling you for so long that it's not okay to do that. The whole
this vessel seemed quite.
They ran it with a Nintendo.
With a PlayStation remote, yeah.
Why are you going down that far? Leave them be a minute. Take your money and let's put it to some more use, because we've got kids walking 50,000 miles for a tub of fucking water on the planet.
Boy, that's capitalism in general, isn't it? But the devil's advocate in me says it's their money, they're free to do with what they want.
Well, obviously, I see that side too.
I wouldn't personally. Some people go cage diving with sharks. I'm like, don't disturb that. Play with feathers, you get your ass tickled, is what I think about shark diving.
And that is the tea.
And that's the tea. And that's the Simpsons. All right, third and final section. It's time for the quiz. Matty Boy is not here. Again, he's busy by the looks of it, being Bear Grylls. And he looks quite buff, doesn't he?
He does look very buff, very active.
Look at his eyes.
His activewear. Piercing blue, pools.
Give me Daniel Craig vibes. Right, let's see what he's got to say. So here's the quiz. And I think, if I'm right, you're beating me 3-1. So for anyone that doesn't know, come the end of the series, whoever has the lowest amount of points has to do a forfeit. And we'd like you to DM us at all our socials at We Called It Podcast and let us know what you think the forfeit should be. I think it should be a lovely spa day away for me, which is what it's looking like at the moment. I've still got time to pull it round though. Right, okay, here we go. Here's the quiz.
Hello, and welcome back to another We Called It Predictions Questions with producer Matt. And I am in another garden. It's really sunny and nice. I don't have a tripod, so I'm leaning it against a book.
You don't fit, mate.
Let's get on with the scores from last week. So it was 3-1 to Joe. And question number 1 from last week was, will it rain at Glastonbury? And I can exclusively reveal that Lewis said no, Joe said yes. The answer is yes.
What?
It rained on the first day.
Hold on.
I saw it happen and I was like, I fucking won the next one.
Bollocks. It rained on Tuesday.
No, it didn't. It rained on Wednesday. This
is absolute nonsense.
It's not because I saw it happen on Wednesday and I was like, oh shit, I've just won the next one.
But doesn't it open Thursday,
No, don't get technical, Lewis. It started on Wednesday and it rained on Wednesday.
Don't get technical.
It's because he's losing.
How did you run the 100 metres in 7 seconds? I just took a load of steroids and anabolic drugs to help my performance. Oh, don't get technical about it, though.
Don't be a sore loser, Lewis. It's really embarrassing on you.
All I'm going to say is this is disgusting. This is an absolute disgrace.
I told you I was getting superpowers.
Next question was, there was a band on the lineup called the Churn-Ups, which everybody knew didn't exist, so that was going to be a secret band. And I asked, who was that band going to be? And Lewis guessed Oasis, and Joe guessed Busted. The answer, in fact, was Foo Fighters.
Of course, they won last night. I saw it. Yeah, they were insane.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
What a great surprise.
I know.
The final question I asked was, will Chris Martin show up? Because he's always there in some capacity. Lewis said no, Joe said yes. And as of right now, the answer is no.
In your fucking face!
It's still, as of now.
So, my first question is, I'm going away to Italy on Monday, which I'm very excited for. But where am I going? Closest city wins the point.
Okay, where's he going on? I've got a really strong vision.
Me too. Yeah, it's either Croatia or Budapest. I could be saying that because they're my dream destinations right now. Croatia especially. Please get me over there.
Not to get technical, because I know you hate getting technical, but Croatia's not a city.
Rome, he's going to Rome.
So that's very far away from Croatia. Is that because you can't think of a city in Croatia?
Yeah, Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik, yeah. I'm going to go Sevilla.
Where?
Seville. Seville.
My second question is, I have a tub of herbs over there and vegetables that I'm growing. What are they? Point per correct answer.
Basil. I don't know any Parsley.
Do you know what the ironic thing is here? You've got a wooden box in that garden that says Joe's Herbs. And you can't think of a fucking herb.
Thyme.
Basil. Mint. Oregano.
And then final question. The new Indiana Jones film is releasing this week. And I want to know how much money box office gross will it make in its first weekend?
Indiana Jones film starring...
Another one.
Yeah. Harrison Ford's in this, though. And
I normally know things
I
like
worked
that.
with the guy who's playing the baddie in it. I did Sandman with... What's his name? I've forgotten his name. He's in Narcos.
I forgot you did Sandman.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I don't want to
casual.
talk about
It's
it.
embarrassing.
Honestly, price of fame.
It's embarrassing.
I spent the whole day with Stephen Fry, locked in a green room, but I was so ill and everyone was freaking. It was around COVID. Everyone's freaking out about me. But me and Stephen Fry, you know, a national treasure. I spent the whole day with him, but I was so ill. I just kept thinking, oh, fucking shut up. And he was giving me this. Like, I would, any other day, I'd have been like, oh my God. And because I'm doing the football documentary and he's a big Norwich fan. So we were talking about football, we were talking about everything. And I was trying to be present. And I was like, oh my God, Stephen Fry, I love everything you do. But I was so aggy and so ill. Like, I had to have a towel around me because I was sweating so much.
Mate.
And then they'd get me on set. I just kept thinking, put a cake in it, mate. Which is like, what a treat. I'll probably never get that again. To be one-on-one with Stephen Fry.
I think that's a better story. I like stories like that.
Yeah,
it's
but
way better than going, oh, I had the most, profound conversation with...
In the end, Stephen, bruv, come on.
Put a sock in it.
Honestly,
I'm
mate.
dying it.
I'm seeing a lot of this, and I need some of this. Yeah, we know you love Norwich. Can we just... It's not all about you. All right, because I've got a splitting headache here, and I've got to be on set there in a minute. Also, very sorry, Stephen Fry. I'm a massive fan. I love you. Like he's watching the podcast.
He will be.
Box office. How much is Indiana Jones going to gross in its opening weekend? $43 million.
86 million.
That's much more realistic. Fuck's sake. We'll find out next week. Thanks so much for tuning in. We love it.
Love it.
We absolutely love doing this.
Having the best time of our lives.
We want to keep doing it. If you can, do us an absolute solid. Rate the show on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. Give us 5 stars. Even if you think it's shit, just leave it on in the background for a bit. Mute us. Just let it play.
We've all done it.
Watch us on YouTube. Like, subscribe to the channel. It really does help grow the show. And we want to keep doing this because I love it. And I love spending time with you.
Oh, yeah.
No, okay. Love you.
Oh, I love you too, mate.
Right, I'm going to have a lie down.
Yeah.
I'm a bit pissed.
Yeah,
I've
a
got
little
to go
bit.
to a 2-year-old's birthday party now.
Oh, you're going to have the best time. What a gorgeous afternoon to do it on.
I don't want to do it.
COVID-19